Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your night to join me. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to check in with everybody. This is an actual vlog, you know. Um, Tonight is pretty jam packed, you know. Tomorrow's Friday, and if you're able to catch the Secret Santa video, audio only, because it's otherwise dubbed and looks really weird, but it's worth the watch once, I guess. Check that out below. But our apartment is having like this Secret Santa potluck thing tomorrow. You feel me? And so my roommate and I, um, I'd say that again, we've have this sort of little reputation here, and where so we signed up to do like three Secret Santa spots, and just so that everyone would have a gift, and then we also did sign up to bring two food items, and like other places are like only bringing one or whatever. So tonight I have a roast going on at midnight, and I'll be watching that sucker all night long, and really just looking forward to the moment I can cut it open and start munching on it. Because and also it's really good that there's a destination for this roast, because otherwise it would end up going from the crock pot to a plate to my stomach. I had this thing for roast. Shout out to a local homegirl here, M, for this. We had recently got invited, my roommate and I, to enjoy some dinner at one of our neighbors' cribs, and that's what I'm talking about. And she made this roast, and I'm like, I can't stop thinking about it. It was so good. And so I'm really excited. Tonight at midnight, I'm going to put on a roast, throw it in the crock pot, and get that going. Hello, friends. I mean, at this moment, I guess these roaches and I are just like we're buddies. That sounds awfully disgusting. I know, it really does from an outside perspective. But I was telling my roommate earlier, I was like, these things, dude, some of these guys are smart. I swear, I'm not making this up. Some of them, like, they're like, I'm convinced they have a brain. I don't, do cockroaches have brains? Is that a stupid question? Do you know the answer to that question? Does that make you stupid that you don't know the answer to that question? I'm just saying, like, no, I don't think they do. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What are the prerequisites for intelligence? I mean, just being alive? I mean, I don't know. Is that an indicator of sentience, just like surviving? Because if that's the case, then I would say that something doesn't need a brain in order to recognize its own reality, Anyways, I know, weird sidebar. But so tonight, I'm going to be making a roast. And I was telling my roommate, I was like, dude, it's about to be really hot in here. We're gonna like make all kinds of biscochitos, and it's always fun. It's always one of my favorite things to do, right? And like, I know it sounds kind of corny and stuff, but like, my roommate and I work very well together. Professionally speaking, that whether it's selling lemonade underneath a tent with one another for days on end outside of a dispensary in Phoenix where it's like 115 degrees, or it's hanging out in that same environment in an otherwise diversified background of people, where typically you might not find a white guy from the Midwest and a brown guy from the high northern desert hanging out, So, I mean, or making biscochitos. It's really one of my more enjoyable things that I am able to do with my roommate. And so I always look forward to that. It's always a fun experience. Again, he's from the Midwest, and just the fact that this guy is better at making biscochitos than people I've known and that have lived here for generations, and it's awesome because that's culture, is sharing food. I mean, food speaks for itself, and it's interesting that I say that because we've sold a lot of biscochitos, and we've made and given away a lot of biscochitos. And by that, I mean, I couldn't tell you. I mean, we've probably sold as a business partnership through Cups of Enchantment when the food truck was open, over a few $1,000s worth of biscochitos, absolutely. Plus, the fact that the biscochitos that we've most recently been making have all been given away and gifted and donated. I mean, so a lot of people have eaten our biscochitos, and one of our neighbors recently told me that it reminded her of her mother's recipe. And the woman that gave us this compliment is in her mid 80s. So just the fact that older people are able to comment in a positive way on how the food is that I make and that we sell, whether it's a baked cookie that's called a biscochito that you may never have heard of, or just kind of a New Mexican twist on things that can otherwise easily just be made the same but taste a little bit different if you have that New Mexican twist, like carne adobada. Like, that's so specific, like that's not a Mexican thing. No Mexican has ever asked for carne adobada. Like, they're like, what? What is that? You want a red chili pork? What are you talking about? Like, I mean, in that real regard, right? I mean, no, carne asada is more in line with the cultural identity of what Mexican food is as compared to New Mexican. It's those little things. The spelling of sopapilla, I mean, just the spelling of biscochito, the spelling or the recognition on an etymology level, or a phonetic level rather, of like chili, and how chili is spelled, and whether or not it's singular, plural in its original state, or how it's spelled if it is plural. I mean, there's all these things that are very specific to being a Hispanic in northern New Mexico, and it's all interesting stuff. It's just an amalgamation of different cultures that have come together and ultimately have been here so long that they've made our own culture. Northern New Mexico is its own vibe. The Hispanics here have their own culture. We do very unique things, as I'm sure other people that do very unique things in their local communities do. And again, that's culture. That's community. All of those things. So that's what I'll be doing tonight, is making a butt ton of biscochitos and throwing on the roast, and just getting ready. We already turned in our gifts or whatever, so that was really awesome. We only have to worry about bringing down this roast, making sure our crock pot doesn't get picked up, and it's just because it's, again, that's community too, right? There's nothing wrong with that. If you expect to get something back after a community shared potluck, like, you're a fool. No one sends out their best plates or Tupperware or anything during these events, because you shouldn't expect them back. There's somebody there that needs it more than you do. So, like, you got to kind of go into these things understanding that, but we really need this crock pot back. So every time we do these things, again, my roommate and I, we never expect anything back. And we've not got anything back, actually. Maybe a spoon, maybe a spatula, I'm not sure. But again, that's okay. That's what we've come to expect, and it's not a bad thing. It's just, again, what happens, and that's fine. I'm kind of not be the best idea to take your best china down there anyway. I mean, it could break, I mean, I don't know. You don't want to make anybody feel bad because you decided to make some mashed potatoes, put them in your fanciest bowl, and somebody knocked it over. I mean, you feel me? I mean, I don't know. You got to, again, understand those things going into it. So, it'll be an interesting evening. There's a lot of things that got to be done. The eBay store is something that I've been working on slowly but surely. And so I have some goals, and we're just getting them done. And this is the very beginning of what will soon be the middle and then the end of this 2024 year. And I'm looking forward to wrapping it up, honestly. Like, I got stuff to do. You feel me? 2025 and then ultimately 2026, I foresee as being extremely busy years in my life, and I'm okay with that. I'm ready for that, and it's something that I've been, essentially preparing for my entire life. I mean, again, you don't just start broadcasting your entire life and all of your inner and most dearest and darkest and deepest thoughts on a whim because you've decided that's what you're gonna do. Not even I did that. You know what I mean? Get it together. Have some sense. I'm just saying that like this has always been something that I knew I was gonna end up doing, and I just wait till the last minute to do everything, and um I don't even know if we're gonna make 1,000 videos next year. I mean, that's a lot of videos. You feel me? I don't know. So this is all an interesting thing for myself. I hope that you guys have a really good night, and we'll talk to everyone really soon. Okay? Bye.